Here is the sign for alcohol. Okay, we're going to use both hands and the hand shapes are the same. Yes! We're going to use devil horns. Okay, like you're rocking out, right? These hand shapes right here. Now, how do we make them? Well, start like this. The middle two fingers are going to go down, and then you're going to pin them down with your thumb. We can say your thumb in front. So we have the horns, right? Okay, so I'm right-handed. With my non-dominant hand, my left hand, I'm going to put it about right there. Now I'm going to take my dominant hand and I'm just going to tap twice on top. So I'm using this part, the bottom part of the hand right here, just going right on top. 1, 2. Alcohol. Alcohol. From the side, alcohol. From the other side, alcohol. From the front again. Okay, so starting from the rest position, sign with me. Let's do it 3 times. Alcohol. Okay, so maybe a way to remember is that in certain situations, alcohol is the devil. So remember the devil horns. Yes, okay. Non-dominant hand, put it down there. Dominant hand, tap twice on top. Alcohol. Okay, we just talked about how to sign alcohol. Here is the sign for border. Okay, the hand shapes are going to be the same. We're going to use the letter I, like from the alphabet, right? How do you make an I? Well, just stick up your pinky. That's one way. The longer way, we could say like this. Fingers together. Index, middle, and ring finger down. Put your thumb in front. Pinky sticking up there. That's an I. Okay, let's take those eyes. Let's put them here so the palms are facing in. We're going to touch the tips of the eyes, and we're just going to pull straight out. We're going to make an imaginary line in the air. All right, that is border. Border. From the side, border, border. Other side, border. Okay, rest position, sign with me. Let's do border 3 times. Border. Okay, a few things about this sign. Let's see, where should we start? Let's start with an alternate sign for border. This is a different sign, same meaning, just another way of doing it, okay? I've also seen border sign like this. Okay, where the hand shapes are like this, non-dominant hand goes in front, take this one and just slide up your arm. Makes sense, you know, there's a nice line there, there's a border, there's the border. Right? That's an alternate version. To be consistent in this course, I'm always going to sign border like this, with the eyes. Border. Okay, now this sign here, the same movement, the same sign, can mean multiple different things depending on the context. Okay, so I've seen that this can be used for line, string, wire. Okay, so how do we know what it means right? Well, just think of it this way. Spoken English is very uncommon for someone to walk up to you and say a single word, like pie. And expect you to know if they mean, pie, the food that you eat, cherry pie, or do they mean pie like the mathematical concept 3.14? Now, it's the same in sign language. It's very rare, probably won't happen, that someone comes up to you and just goes like this, with absolutely no context. Well, we're talking about countries and like this, border, right? We're talking about fixing something. I might need the wire. We're like drawing something. Oh, I need a line. Or my shoes, I need to fix something, tie something up, string. So, to make it a long story short, you'll have context to know what this means. Now, in this course, we're just going to focus on the sign for border, all right? So, every time I'm going like this, I'm going to be talking about border. Okay. All right, quick review. Hand shape's going to be the letters I, the letter I. Take those tips of the eyes and put them together and just go straight out. Border. Border. Okay, we just talked about how to sign border. What's this? You've already learned how to sign 10 nouns? 10 signs? Well done. Way to go. Well, I know that it's time for testing. Okay, right. And psst, you may want to pay attention because this is the testing format for the entire course. All right, when we do review and testing, we do it in 2 parts. The first part will be signing. See that hand down there? And the second part will be understanding, recognition, okay? Let's talk about the first part. Well, better yet, how about I just show you, okay? We're going to do a mini quiz, which is the signing portion, all right? So you watch me, and then we'll talk about it. And I'm going to put on my glasses because when I put on my glasses for review, I don't talk. I'll be quiet and we'll just communicate in sign language, okay? So here's an example testing part where you sign, okay? Okay, so did you see how it worked? Well, first I did a little intro, all right? So I said, you look at that, whatever's up there, and you sign. Then I think I gave you a thumbs up, something like that. You can do it. All right. Then I went to the screen where it actually had the sign, and it was something that we've already learned, all right? So I'm only going to show you things that we've already went over, all right? And this section is specifically going to be Group 1 nouns. Okay, so I showed it to you and I ran the timer. The timer was for 3 seconds. Now this is your opportunity. You can pause the video, pause the timer, and take your time and sign whatever I show you, or you can race the timer and try to do it more quickly. I'm going to show you stuff in random order. All right, so keep you guessing. All right, after the timer's up, then I'm going to sign. All right, and you can compare your answer with mine. All right, so that is the first part where you're signing. You sign. All right, in the second part of review, in the understanding part, the recognition part, there won't be a timer, but you will have me. Okay, so I'm going to sign, and you try to understand what I'm doing. Now let's do the same thing. I'll show you how it works, a little quick mini quiz here, and then we'll talk about it, okay? Glasses on. Okay, so that is how the understanding review sections work. All right, so I did a little introduction. I said, I sign, you take a look at me, watch what I'm doing. He's doing something, and then, aha, when you understand what I'm doing, shout it out loud, all right? So I signed it, and then I showed you the answer, and I signed it again. Okay, so remember, when we do a review, in this section, this review part only, we're going to be doing Group 1 signs. I'll be throwing them at you random order. We'll do 2 review parts, one where you sign, and then also an understanding part where I sign. And in both parts of the review, wearing the glasses, only communicated in sign language. All right, what an opportunity. Let's do it. Let's jump in and do some review. Here is a sign for effort. Okay, we're going to use the same hand shapes for both hands. All right, we're going to use the letter E, right, like in the alphabet. How do we make an E? Well, go like this, fingers together, tips of the fingers, curve them down, bend them down, and just put your thumb underneath. All right, now this is an E, how I signed it, growing up in the deaf community, in and around the deaf community. Other deaf communities, you may see them sign like this. All right, where the tips come down and touch the thumb. To be consistent throughout this course, I will be signing E like this. Okay, now we have our 2 E hand shapes. We're going to put them down here. So I guess the open parts facing towards each other like that. Okay, and we're just going to push out and turn up. Effort. Effort. Kind of makes sense. You're pushing. It takes an effort to push. Effort. From the side. Effort. From the other side. From the front again. Effort. All right, starting from the rest position, sign with me. Let's do it 3 times. Effort. Effort. Okay. Now, while doing this sign, I was thinking, what is a way that would be an easy way to remember this sign? You know, a memory device. At the best I could come up with was some sort of Zen Kung Fu master, right? You're just like, ah. So if that helps you remember the sign for effort, maybe it will. Let's do it. Okay, quick review. Hand shapes are the same. We're going to use the letters E. Now turn them in, all right? So the knuckles are here. They're kind of pointing forward like that, all right? Now we're just going to turn them and push forward. Effort. So when you finish, the palms are at that way. Before the palms were facing straight in. Effort. Effort. Remember? Kung Fu, Zen, Ninja, whatever. Okay, we just talked about how to sign effort. Mamma mia, it's group 5 nouns. Let's take a look at what you'll be learning. Gift, girlfriend, goal, government, group, harassment, history, homework, hookup, habit. Okay, you know what? We have a separate video lesson for each sign. We're going to explore hand shapes, hand positions, and do lots of practice. Okay, after we've learned all 10 signs, we'll have review and testing. But forget about that for now. Let's just learn the signs. Here we go. Here is the sign for homework. Okay, you're thinking, oh, it's a compound noun, so it's a compound sign. We get an extra sign? Yes! Okay, so it's 2 signs in one that we're going to put together. We have home, and then we have work. Homework. All right, so let's talk about home. Just the sign for home all by itself would be like this. Okay, the hand shape, take all the fingers, put them together, put the tips down, touching the thumb. That's the hand shape. Now we're going to touch once, closer to our chin, and then once again, higher up on our cheek. Home. Home. From the side. Home. Other side. Home. Front again. Home. Okay, so that's home all by itself. Now, when we make it a compound sign, we're just going to tap once. All right, we'll get back to that in a moment. Let's talk about work. Here's the sign for work. Okay, hand shapes are the same. We're going to use the letter S. Or even better, we could say, put up your dukes. I'm holding 2 S's. Yes, I'm right-handed. So with my non-dominant hand, I'm going to put that first S right here, tilted just a little bit towards me, the side of the fist. I'm going to take my other S, the other fist, my dominant hand, use the bottom, the base, the top of the wrist here, and tap twice on top. Work. Work. From the side. Other side. Work. From the front again. Okay, so we have the sign home, and then we have the sign work. But now when we bring it together, ASL, American Sign Language, is very efficient, right? So instead of going like this, we're just going to go once and then go straight to work. Home, work. Home, work. From the side. Homework. Other side. Homework. From the front again. Okay, starting from the rest position, sign with me. Let's do homework 3 times. homework. Okay, so the alternate version of this sign, which you also may see, is to do the full version of home and then full version of work. When I mean full version of work, I mean 2 taps, all right? All right, home, work. That's another version you may see, which is common. To be consistent in this course, we're just going to tap once for home and go straight to work. Homework. Homework. Okay, so quick review. Hand shape for home right here. Go like this. Tip of the fingers all together. Tap once. Now we're going to make fists. The letters S. One down there, one here. Tap with the wrist or base of the hand. 1, 2. So all together we have home, work. Homework. Okay, we just talked about how to sign homework. Look at this. Absolutely incredible. You've learned 120 noun signs. That's freaking awesome. Way to go. Let's reminisce for a moment. We did groups 1 through 3, 30 signs. We did groups 4 through 6, 30 signs. Groups 7 through 9, another 30 signs. Groups 10 through 12, another 30 signs. So that's a total of 120 signs. Okay, now it's one thing to do review and testing for a group of 10 signs. It's a step in the right direction, but it's lower level. Okay, then we did 30 signs. Okay, even better. But what about taking it to an even higher level where you're tested on everything? I'm talking about random testing of all 120 signs. Now, this is just going to put you at a higher level if you're able to do this, right? And why not? You've learned them. Okay, so in the next few lessons, we're only going to be focusing on testing, and specifically signing. You signing, right? Okay, so let's take a peek here and talk about it. You're already familiar with the testing format, but we'll go over it anyway. We're going to have a timer. The timer is going to be for 3 seconds. Let's take a look. What does that look like? Okay, so that is a 3-second timer. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to divide up all of the signs into 4 groups, okay? Doing 120 signs in a row is not impossible, but it just takes a really long time. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do signing test 1, 30 signs, signing test 2, signing test 3, and signing test 4. Now, each one will have 30 signs, but it's not like before. This time it's going to be completely random. So is it going to be a sign from this group? Is it going to be a sign from one of these groups? Is it going to be a sign from one of these groups? Who knows? The whole thing is, I have a pool of 120 signs to throw at you. One at a time, random order, and you just sign like crazy. So, let's take a look. We got our timer. I'll show you something. I'll start the timer. You can race the timer, or you can pause the video and take your time. It's up to you. So, it looks something like this. All right, I nod. We get started. I show it to you. You sign. When the timer's up, I'll sign it. All right, then we go right away into the next one. Boom. And we're just going to go and go and go. Like I said before, we're going to divide it up into groups of 30 signs. All right, random signs, nothing in order. Random, keep your mind guessing, keep you on your toes, keep you signing like crazy. Okay, so just to make sure it's clear, the next few lessons are only for testing signing. We'll get to the understanding stuff in a bit, but right now it's just signing. All right, and remember, I have 120 signs to choose from, so if you need to go back and do some review, that's fine. If you want to jump straight into the testing, up to you. All right, it's nice to have choices. All right, as always, putting the glasses on, so I will not be talking during the testing. Zoop! I will be quiet. All right, I'm going to show you stuff, you sign it. Show you stuff, you sign it. Compare your answers with mine. When the timer's up, I'll sign it as well. I feel good. I hope you feel wonderful as well because you've come this far. Let's bring it to another level. Let's just see what you got. Show your skills. Have a good time. Here we go.